Welcome back, Classic Wanderers. This is Robert here, and it has been a while, and Breach is always over. Legacy starts in 6 days, and I still haven't produced a video because Breach League for me was pretty much an utter failure. I played 2 characters this league and wanted to try something non-meta, and boy has that failed. So you can see this, like my first character over here is naked. From the effective HP pool, you see that this was a CI character, and if you look at the passive tree, this is already a messed up tree. So this was originally more like a cast and crit tree, and you can see in the footage what this character originally did. I tried cast and crit with a Dev's Opus, which I 6-linked after 1280 fuses. Rolled over 18 5-links to get the 6-link, and then basically linked it with, so I had Tornado Shot, Cast and Crit, Ice Spear, Arctic Breath, Fireball, and the 6th link was increased critical strikes. Since I didn't go Assassin, I actually went Deadeye, because I wanted the +1 chain and also the skills by an additional projectile, which I thought is like, and yeah, area radius, which I thought is like a pretty decent idea. And for map clear, it was actually a ton of fun, like up until tier 15 maps. And I mean, did I try tier 16s? I don't know. I think I did, and it went reasonably well. So map clearing was like the most fun I had ever. Also breaches were absolutely insane with this character, but there was one tiny little problem. It had 0 single target, like literally 0 single target. I struggled so much with killing bosses, and it took me all the fun out of this character, because I mean, what's it worth if you run through the map in 30 seconds but then you can't kill the boss? And I died 277 times on this character, and it just stopped being fun. I tried a lot of stuff to get it more boss viable. In the end, the only thing that really worked is Puncture, which is a bit of embarrassing if you consider that this is an elemental cast and crit character. So, and even with Puncture, I was too squishy to sustain the boss fights or the length of the boss fights, because it took quite a while to take bosses down. So yeah, my energy shield pool, I never got above the 10k mark. So, because I was just too lazy to trade for better gear, and also didn't have very much luck with crafting. So in the end, eventually I abandoned this character and built a second one, which is called Raw Spins Breaches. This guy I imagined to be a Cycloner, and I also wanted to be very budget friendly. So I decided to go with a Pillar of the Cage God and Slayer as Ascendancy because of the Leech. So this is kind of an interesting thing, because if you actually play a Leech Slayer with lots of damage, then actually you can basically forego having a health pot, because you're leeching stuff so quickly that no health pot can keep up with this anyway. And you know, I got a reasonable amount of HP, nothing too crazy. Got a 6-link Astroplate, also nothing too fancy. Got it from the Celestial Justicar card, which I found a couple of them and bought the rest. And yeah, the usual gear to get like lots of stats for Pillar. So Astromantis, of course, and try to get like strength everywhere, and got to 800 strength with it, which isn't much, but still. But as you can see from the tooltip, this is quite laughable, and this is even with an Abyssus. And this is like, without an Abyssus, this character just doesn't deal any damage. So I tried Cyclone before, which was really great for leveling. It was awesome, amazing, my fastest leveling ever. I basically just I did the Mathon method of just having a life flask and 4 quicksilvers, and ran through the entire leveling content into maps. But then when I was in maps, I realized that I can't really sustain damage and deal damage fast enough. Eventually I swapped into Abysses, which helped. Back then I still had the idea to use Poison. I switched over to Earthquake and had Cospri's Will. So I applied Dual Curse, I ran with Blasphemy and Feeble Vulnerability and just poisoned the shit out of monsters. And it worked pretty well. It worked pretty well. Again, single target being the biggest problem. Got the usual Ancestral War Chief as assist and swapping out Ink Area of Effect with Conk Effect for bosses. But still, due to me wearing an Abysses, even the Enfeeble didn't really help. So eventually I ditched Cospri's and switched in the normal Astroplate, going back to a single curse, usually being Enfeeble. If I feel comfortable in the map, I would still use Vulnerability. But yeah, man, Pillar of the Cage God, even with tons of strength scaling, you just die way too many times. And if I go /deaths on this character, it's 129. I'm on level 88. I have like 0 aspirations to level this character further because it just dies at way too often with Abysses. Without Abysses, it doesn't deal any damage. I tried Überlap maybe 10 times, almost killed Izaro a couple of times, or got him down to 20% life, because this is what you need to cull him due to Bane of Legends, but I could never kill him. And I'm just... again, second utter failure. Was fun. But yeah, next league I gotta try something that can deal with bosses to have a little bit more fun. As for my plans, I never played an Elementalist, so I will probably start with Flame Blast, Castwind Channeling Firestorm, in Soul or Spellbound, and then depending on the gear, what I find, I'm gonna go into a second character. Might want to try Viper Strike, crit Viper Strike maybe as an assassin. Seems to be fun with the new Threshold Jewel and the melee splash changes, but we'll see. That's it for now. Thanks for watching and see you in Legacy League. Bye bye. Whoa! Das war scary. Alter.